Welcome to the Real Estate Connection on Wednesday, January 20th. Come on in, have a seat, and let's get this party started.
Time now for The Real Estate Connection with Stephen Theard, a realtor and certified probate and real estate specialist. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or a seasoned investor looking to downsize, move up, or refinance, this program is for you.
A house in the middle of a street. Someone tells you that you go to in the middle of
From probate sales to landscape design to home repairs and maintenance, this is your weekly look into all things real estate. Now your host for the Real Estate Connection, Stephen Theard.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Hey, thank you for joining me today on another episode of the Real Estate Connection, and there I am. Yeah, I was hidden behind the iron curtain there for a second. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Real Estate Connection. Thank you everybody for joining me today as we record our radio show. And I am live. That is true. I am live and in person. So enjoy it. It's a beautiful Wednesday. I'm broadcasting out of the great state of California. And I'm in my home studio. So welcome to the Real Estate Connection with your radio realtor, Stephen Theard. Oh, by the way, I'm never too busy for any of your referrals. So if you know of any friends or family that are looking to buy real estate in 2021, tell them to give me, Stephen Theard, your radio realtor, a call. I am with Coldwell Banker, California DRE number 017-00019. And the phone number is 408-472-0817. Again, 408-472-0817. And without any further ado, we're going to get the timer set for the first segment of the Real Estate Connection. And I hope that you are ready to go because I am going to start the show in 5, 4, 3, 2, as I clear my throat real quick, 1. Welcome to the Real Estate Connection with your radio realtor, Stephen Theard. Hey, everybody, thank you for joining me today. Welcome to today's episode. That's it. That's right. My name is Stephen Theard. I am your radio realtor. I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker here in Northern California, practicing real estate throughout the Northern California Bay Area. And my California DRE number is 017-00019. So if you're looking to work with somebody with a lot of experience across a vast array of different types of residential properties, whether it be for investment purposes or for families, or you're looking to do a 1031 exchange out of a property that you're going to buy another investment, or you're looking to downsize or upgrade, or even buy a multifamily, I'm your guy. Call me 408-472-0817. Again, 408-472-0817. Let's jump right into the show. Let's get this party started. All right. Now, we are in the heart of 2021. And the real estate market has already taken off, if you can believe that. We have jumped out of the gate strong already. Interest rates are still really low, hovering around 3%. And I already have 3 signed listings. One of those has already gone into contract, which we'll talk about later. And also there are 2 more. And one of them that we're going to be talking about in the first segment of today's show, as I promised my seller I would advertise, because that's what I do, Stephen Theard, your radio realtor. And we're also in our second segment, you're going to learn how to go about buying a home for the very first time. So you're going to want to grab a piece of paper and a pencil to take some notes so that you can move forward with that home buying process, whether you know someone who's getting ready to buy, or you are going to be buying yourself, this would be great information for you to gather for yourself or friends or family right now. So as we move forward, whoa, I thought I heard something jump and I turned around real quick. Anyway, we're going to move forward with our first segment. We're going to talk about the first listing that I'm going to talk about today. I had 3 come on the market really fast. It just felt like I got shot out of a cannon in 2021, and I promised the seller that I would share it with you today so you could learn about this opportunity for yourself. And oh, by the way, if you're just joining us and you want to know what we're talking about, or you've first coming to the show and you've missed any in the past, you can send me an email right now at info@realestateconnectionradio.com. That's INFO at realestateconnectionradio.com with your name and your email address, and I'll be happy to add you to my podcast distribution list. And speaking of that, there's going to be a big announcement at the end of the show regarding the future of the Real Estate Connection and which direction it's going to be moving in. So you're not going to want to miss that at all. So stay tuned. I'm going to be teasing that throughout the show. There's going to be a new direction for the Real Estate Connection, and we'll be making that announcement at the end of today's program. So you're not going to want to miss that. All right. So the first segment, we're going to be talking about a nice new listing I have available for sale for you. It could be perfect for you, maybe a friend of yours, a family member, your neighbor, or somebody that you know is looking to buy real estate. It's located at 219 Boardwalk Avenue in San Bruno, California. That's right, the beautiful town of San Bruno. That's 219 Boardwalk Avenue in San Bruno, California, letter H. So it is a condominium, and so 219 is the building number, and the unit is Unit H, located in beautiful San Bruno, California. The home is conveniently located between Highway 101 and 280, and it's a short 10-minute drive to SFO. And so for you guys that don't know what SFO means, that's San Francisco International Airport. This would be perfect for fly-in and fly-out convenience. It's a perfect location for a flight attendant or a pilot looking for a home base near the airport. I don't know if you're in the industry or you might have friends in the industry, but sometimes it's nice to have your own place for long layovers in between assignments. So if you're going to be spending a week and you want to be able to sightsee or get around the Bay Area, maybe head up into the northern part of the Bay to Napa, or head to the coast to down to Santa Cruz, or along Highway 1, this would be a perfect location for that. Also, it has all the convenience without the upkeep. So if you need a place to lay your head and you want it to make it your own and gain equity in the process and have an investment that you can sell later in the future, this is perfect. You can come in, decorate it, have a place to lay your head that you can call your own, where you don't have to worry about checking in or checking out, and don't have to worry about a lot of upkeep because it is in a condominium community. It is San Bruno, the town of San Bruno, is just south of San Francisco. It's a short 20-minute drive to the heart of the city without having to live in the city. So if you're worried about traffic or congestion, or even the air quality due to overcrowdedness or traffic in the city, in San Bruno, you're just outside of the city. You're a short drive to the coast because it's off the peninsula, or on the 101 north heading into San Francisco, or south heading into San Mateo. It's a 5-minute walk for all my high-tech friends. It's a 5-minute walk for you to the YouTube headquarters, which is really interesting. When I was taking the listing and working with the seller, I drove right around the corner, and there it is, the YouTube headquarters. Did you know that YouTube is the number 2 highest used search engine in the world? That's right. YouTube is the #2 highest search engine in the world, and it has changed people's lives. No longer do you have to necessarily go get the manual for something if you're looking to either change the oil in your car or even install a sink or a faucet. With the advent of YouTube and video and being able and having it all categorized and searchable, you can go in and look for how to get tasks done around your house or in your hobby, or even learning a new instrument. So the headquarters is located very close by. So if you're looking to be close to work and even walk there, YouTube is a 5-minute walk. It's also in close proximity to Walmart e-commerce and Oracle offices. So if you're looking to live close to high tech and be able to walk or bike to work, this is super convenient. Also, within the convenience of the location of the unit is a shopping mall, Bay Hill Shopping Center and Tan Foran Shopping Mall. So it's easy access for doing retail shopping, clothing shopping. There's some restaurants nearby. And within walking distance of the unit is a community dog park as well, and some walking and hiking trails. It's also less than a 10-minute drive from Crystal Springs Golf Course off of Highway 280. So for if you are a golfer and you're looking to be close to a golf course where you can just drive out your front door and get to within 10 minutes, this would be the perfect location for you. It's a perfect starter home. So I know the one thing that's been missing about this is the price. So 219 Boardwalk Avenue, number H, is listed at the low price of $499,950. So if you're at all interested in getting more information about this property that's just come on the market, give Stephen Theard, your radio realtor, a call at 408-472-0817. Again, 408-472-0817. And with that, we're going to go into a commercial break, and we'll see you in a minute. All right, we are still recording. And for some reason, I'm a little bit hoarse today. So I'm going to wet my whistle. Don't know why I have a frog in my throat, but I may have to tone down my speaking. Anyway, with that being said, oh, by the way, I'm never too busy for any of your referrals. So if you have friends or family that are looking to buy a residence in Northern California, this is Stephen Theard, your radio realtor with Coldwell Banker, California DRE number 017-00019. I can be reached directly at 408-472-0817. And with that, we're going to jump into the second segment in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Real Estate Connection with your radio realtor, Stephen Theard. Hey, thank you everybody for joining me on today's program. I really do appreciate you spending time with me on your busy Saturday. Hey, the real estate market has really taken off. My business is reflecting that right now. I am a practicing realtor with Coldwell Banker, California DRE number 017-00019, and I can be reached directly at 408-472-0817. Also, if you missed any part of today's show or shows in the past, you can send me an email right now at info@realestateconnectionradio.com. That's info@realestateconnectionradio.com with your name and your email address, and I'd be happy to add you to my podcast distribution list. You can find the Real Estate Connection on Podbean and Apple Podcasts. There's only over 70 episodes available for you. You can rifle through the library. They're titled, and so you can listen to all sorts of different subjects and topics, including the area of probate. But in today's show, we're talking about the real estate market and how it has absolutely still taken off in 2021. Our inventory is still low, and interest rates are historically low as well. This means buyers are in the market actively seeking properties. And we're speaking about one of those in our first segment. One of those properties is 219 Boardwalk Avenue, number H, in San Bruno, California. It's a listing that I have on the market right now for $499,950. That's right, listed just under $500,000. This is a rare opportunity in the Bay Area. It is a turnkey, one bedroom, one bath unit with approximately 540 square feet of living space. The unit is located on the second floor. This means you have nobody above your head to listen to walking around. So it's a great location, located in a beautiful San Bruno, California, just minutes from San Francisco International Airport, in between highways 280 and 101, a short drive to Crystal Springs Golf Course for my golfers out there, and a short 20-minute drive outside the city of San Francisco. So whether you're looking to get up into the city or head south down the peninsula on beautiful 280 and its tree-lined freeway to head into Stanford or San Mateo, or whether you're working in the airline industry and you're looking for a home base where you can lay your head and fly in and fly out with not a lot of home maintenance, this is the perfect location for you. The unit has been recently refreshed with the following: new wall-to-wall luxury vinyl tile that looks just like natural heather gray wood floor. So I don't know if you're familiar with luxury vinyl tile, but it's become quite the rage in housing today, whether it's in condominiums, townhouses, or single-family residences. That it's waterproof. It takes a lot of abuse and still looks nice, and it comes in a variety of different colors. You can simulate hardwood floor, whether it's your natural or darker colors, or it can simulate the new gray wood tones that seem to be really popular in modern living. So this is what is recently been installed in the unit, as well as a nice new coat of paint. Now, as I said last week, gray is the new taupe, and this is a nice neutral gray color with freshly painted white baseboards and white kitchen cabinets. So gray is the new taupe, and it gives the unit a more modern look instantly. So I think it would be very appealing to people who are looking for a refreshed look in a condominium. The unit has a spacious walk-in closet in the hallway, where you can store your clothes and other materials. And the kitchen features a stainless steel Whirlpool refrigerator, a stainless steel sink, a built-in dishwasher, a mirror-doored pantry, new bathroom vanity, and you can also enjoy the fresh California air and sunshine on the attached wooden balcony. So if you're just joining the show and you're wondering, what is this guy talking about? Well, we're talking about a listing for sale right now, 219 Boardwalk Avenue, letter H, in San Bruno, California, a one-bedroom, one-bath unit on the second floor that boasts 540 square feet of living space, listed for $499,950. If you or someone you know are interested in this property and you'd like to find out more, give me a phone call right now at 408-472-0817. Again, 408-472-0817. This is Stephen Theard, your radio realtor with Coldwell Banker, California, DRE number 0170019, or you can email me directly at info@realestateconnectionradio.com. That's info at realestateconnectionradio.com with your name and your email address, and I'd be happy to get back to you in regards to this particular listing, or if there's something else you've seen out there and you need assistance in getting that home purchased, I can assist you with that as well. This might also be a great property as an investment, something that you can get into relatively inexpensively, that you could rent out. We check with the homeowners association to verify that, of course, and then use it as a rental to either someone in the airline industry who works at SFO, or maybe one of the high-tech locations nearby. As we mentioned before, it's within walking distance of YouTube headquarters, and also Walmart e-commerce is in the area as well. I'm not sure how close by, whether or not you could walk there, but it is in the vicinity, as well as some Oracle business offices. So there's lots of employment in the area, which is exactly what you're looking for when you're looking to purchase an investment property. Is you want to make sure that there's enough employment in the area to support the rents and keep the unit rented, so that you can use it for a cash flow. All right, so let's talk about what the complex that the unit sits in has to offer. There are tennis courts, a clubhouse, a community pool, spa, laundry facility, and the campus itself is set in a wonderful tree-lined setting. There's some pictures on the multiple listing service that tried to capture the setting, but it's one of those things where you have to go see it in person to see the depth and the height of the redwood trees surrounding the area, and just how close it is to the coast and Highway 280. I mean, you cannot see the ocean, but you're going to get a lot of offshore breezes with fresh air blowing through that make it a desirable place to live, not to mention the hiking trails and the dog park nearby. So if you have any questions about 219 Boardwalk Avenue, Lemmer H in San Bruno, California, for 540 square feet of living space, listed for $499,950. Give me a phone call right now, Stephen Theard, your radio realtor, at 408-472-0817. I am a realtor with Coldwell Banker here in Northern California. My California DRE number is 017-00019. And hey, if you just joined the show and you're wondering what you missed, send me an email right now at info@realestateconnectionradio.com. That's info@realestateconnectionradio.com with your name and your email address, and I'd be happy to add you to my podcast distribution list so that you do not have to miss any past or future content. And there also, at the end of today's program, is going to be an announcement in regards to the future of the Real Estate Connection that you're not going to want to miss at all. So stay tuned for that coming up as well. Now, the real estate market is definitely moving. It still has velocity from 2020. And a listing that I took not more than a week ago has already gone into contract. That's 677 Yolo Court in San Jose, California, located in the beautiful Blossom Valley, is zip code 95136. This was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath that was 912 square feet on the second floor of a condo complex, listed for $549,950. An offer came in on that property within the first 5 days of it being on the market, and the seller was very happy with it and signed it, and so now it's in contract. And if you're not familiar with, and that's the end of the segment. I'll catch you on the flip side. Whoa, I ran right up on that in a second. We'll see you when we get done paying some bills. See you in a minute. Okay, back to the show in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Real Estate Connection. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday. Hey, I apologize for that abrupt ending of the last segment. You know what? I ran up to the end of time and I didn't even notice it. So that is my fault. But that's okay. The show must go on. Anyway, if you're just joining the show today and you're wondering what we've been talking about, we're kind of talking about a little bit of everything, a couple of listings and the velocity in the real estate market. And also in the second segment, we're going to be covering if you're a first-time home buyer, what does that process look like? There's a lot of mystery out there if you've never purchased a home about how you get started, the thought process, how to get things in place, how to move it forward, and how to get the whole thing done. And I'm here today to take some mystery out of that for you and also provide some comfort because things can be scary when you don't understand them, and when you have an understanding of the process and you can wrap your arms around it, then the mystery goes away and things become a lot less scary. So let me take the mystery out of it for you and reduce any anxiety or fear that you may have in buying your first home. Now, before we went to the break, I was telling you about a house going into contract, 677 Yolo Court in San Jose. Again, the house was on the market. It's a condo, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 912 square feet approximately, listed for $549,000, 549,500. That's right. And the seller received an offer in less than a week and was very happy with it and accepted it. And so there is definitely still velocity in this market as we're moving forward in 2021. Interest rates are still historically low, and the inventory is still low out there. So the prize is having a piece of real estate in California because of the equity and the desirability of real estate living here and its scarcity. So contact me today if you're thinking about getting into the market or thinking about cashing out your equity, because as they say, you should strike while the iron is hot. And you never know when a market's going to cool down or heat up. Right now, the market's still hot. And so if you're a seller looking to cash in equity and make a move, whether that's to downsize or buy your dream property or relocate for jobs or other opportunities, and you're wondering whether or not it's a good time to get your equity out of the market, right now still is a very good time to get that done. So, are you looking to buy your first home, or do you know someone looking to buy their first home? In this next segment, we will discuss the process of buying a home for the first time to take the mystery out of it and to take the anxiety out of it for you. So grab a piece of paper and a pencil to take some notes, and we're going to get rolling on that right now. Now, credit belongs to houselogic.com that hosted a Q&A series on social media. And what we're going to go through are the top 10 questions and answers from this event, which was hosted by Meg White, the former managing editor of Realtor magazine and a homeowner herself. So thank you, Meg White, for hosting the event and then documenting these answers so that the information can be spread to the masses, especially for first-time homebuyers. Now, you might not be one yourself, but it's always good to get a refresher in the process, especially if you're trying to coach people in your life that may be going through it for the first time as well. So what's number one? Number one is getting started. All right, so the first question was, where should a prospective home buyer and their significant other, if applicable, start their buying journey? And what do they do first, right? That's a great question. Where does it all begin? The first step should be to look inward and have some super honest conversations with yourself. That is the first step that you need to do. First of all, you need to talk about what your priorities are for the house, right? Where do you see you and if your significant other, if applicable, in the next 5 to 10 years? This is very important because when you're making an investment like this, the process to get in is not fast, and neither is the exit process. However, It's very doable, and it usually takes about 30 days. But if you're thinking about a long-term living situation, you should absolutely know where you're going to be in the next 5 to 10 years. Create a checklist of what you absolutely have to have in the home and the neighborhood. It's important to do both. Your must-haves and the places that you're willing to compromise on. First-time home buyers have a tendency to have a very long list of wants and desires and a very short list of compromises. I would say that there should be 50-50 for you of must-haves and compromises. The list of the must-haves and compromises must be equal. If your must-haves are longer than your compromises, it may be a long process because there is no perfect property. Also, hash out a budget and talk about the kind of lifestyle changes you might be willing to make in order to save for a down payment or to get into a property. Right now, if you're renting and it's super affordable, you may have a bunch of different habits as far as spending is concerned that you may have to consider giving up in order to get into owning a home. Now, owning a home is an instant savings account because you're building equity, and so it's also building wealth. It's definitely worth the sacrifices in order to get into a property. Also, check your credit. That's very, very important. Correct any errors in your report and start taking steps to build a positive financial profile. One of the first things you can do immediately is make sure you pay all of your bills on time. This will build your credit score really fast. All right, so that's the first segment. Now, if you're at all interested in hearing more about this, as speaking to me about your specific situation, give me a phone call, Stephen Theard, your radio realtor, at 408-472-0817. I am a realtor with Coldwell Banker, California DRE number 017000019. Give me a phone call today at 408-472-0817. Let's talk about your specific situation and see what we can do to get you on the path of home ownership while money is still cheap to borrow, relatively speaking. All right, so number 2, down payment. Here is the $1 million question that most first-time home buyers absolutely have. Do I have to put 20% down on the purchase? Everybody will tell you 20%, 20%, 20%. That's all you hear, read, and you probably heard mulling about if you haven't owned a home before. The answer to the question is you don't have to put 20% down. This is a misconception. There are loan programs for other down payment percentages. There's 10% downs, I believe 5% downs. The Fair Housing Administration has as low as 3.5% down. It's a federal program called FHA loans, as little as 3.5% down. Now, if you're a veteran, check your VA benefit, because I believe for a veteran, if you are one, it's up to 100% financing. So if this is a benefit that you have not taken advantage of, absolutely you can. All right. Also, the USDA, or the U.S. Department of Agriculture, also has loans. If you are in a USDA designated area, you can get up to 100% financing as well. So if you're in a rural area or considered a rural area, and you can check on the internet with the USDA for your zip code to see if you are in one, and you want to purchase there, look for 100% financing through a USDA lending program. Now, when you put 20% down, less than 20% down, there are some consequences. So we're going to run up on another hard break. But if you're at all interested in learning more about your specific situation, call your radio realtor, Stephen Theard, with Coldwell Banker right now at 408-472-0817. Again, 408-472-0817. California DRE number 0170019. And with that, we'll see you at the end of the break. All right, we're still rolling. Needed to wet my whistle. All right, we're going to jump right back in here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Real Estate Connection with your radio realtor, Stephen Theard. Hey, we're having a party today. We are talking about first-time home buying. If you have never purchased a home, this segment is for you. And even if you have purchased a home before, what a great refresher for you. Or if you know of somebody who's looking to purchase for the first time, this is a great refresher so that you can coach them, or better yet, send them my direction and I can help them. Your radio realtor with Coldwell Banker. You can reach me directly, Stephen Theard, with Coldwell Banker at 408-472-0817. Again, 408-472-0817. Call me today. Let's get you on the path to home ownership. Do not delay. The longer you sit on the fence, the more pricing goes up, whether it's the value of the home or interest rates. And so you do not want to lose money in either direction. All right, so we're talking about down payments before we went to the break. And oh, by the way, if you've missed any part of the show, send me an email right now at info@realestateconnectionradio.com. That's info@realestateconnectionradio.com with your name and email address, and I'll add you to my podcast distribution list so that you don't have to miss any past or future content. And also there will be a special announcement in regards to the direction of the Real Estate Connection at later on in today's show. So stay tuned and don't miss that. All right, so we're talking about down payments and the programs that are out there. Just know that if you put down less than 20%, which you absolutely can do in purchasing a home, whether it's through an FHA program, USDA program, or a Veterans Administration program, you probably will wind up paying private mortgage insurance, which is called PMI. It's an additional charge to your mortgage every month for any time a loan is under a 20% down payment. And it is, again, bundled in your monthly payment. Now, once you reach 20% equity in your home, you can always request for the PMI to be removed or refinance out of that loan into an 80% loan where there isn't any PMI, and this will lower your mortgage payment. Okay, so it may be a little bit higher getting into the property, but just remember something. This is directly for you. My advice as your realtor right now: will you be making less money in the future? Yes or no? Or do you expect your income to continue to rise? If the answer is yes, know that any stretching that you're going to do to get into a home later on will start to feel normal, and then further down the road into your career, it will become easy. All right, so keep that in mind if you're concerned about being house poor. A person that is moving forward in their career and gaining more responsibility and earning more income over time will naturally grow out of being house poor to being house comfortable, and also gaining income and equity. So do not let the fear stop you. Move forward. As they say on the battlefield, you always have to keep moving and work the problem. All right, with that being said, if you do have PMI and then you get it removed, it will lower your mortgage payment. So when is the last time that happened to you with rent, right? When was the last time your rent was lowered? I don't think that ever happens to people who are renting. Or can you guarantee that your rent will be fixed for the next 30 years? When you purchase a home, you are negotiating a payment on a house for a 30-year term. You know what it's going to be. It's never going to be increased unless you do something to increase it yourself, like refinancing, taking money out, or something of that nature. But if you just pay your mortgage and continue to live and earn, you'll have stability, at least in your housing payment. Remember this as well. The more money that you put down, the lower your mortgage payment will be. I have lots of people who approach me and ask, what will my payment be if I buy a house for $750,000? And my response is always, it depends on how much you put down, because your payment is determined by the amount of money you buy and the interest rate you qualify for that loan. So a good way to know how much house you can buy is to first determine what your monthly budget is. So if you sit down and you calculate that you can afford to spend $3,500 a month for a house payment, then you do the math backwards to determine how much money you can borrow with a payment of $3,500 a month. It's kind of like buying a car, right? If you can't afford an $80,000 car because the payments are going to be $1,000 a month, you're not going to buy an $80,000 car. So you're not going to buy $1 million home if the payments are going to be, $5,000 to $6,000 a month, because you don't have enough money to put down to reduce your payments. So you have to do the math backwards. So also, before you get started, get pre-approved by a lender. It's like going shopping at a store that only accepts credit cards. If you're not approved and you don't have a credit card in your hand, you can't do any of the shopping out of that store. The same goes for the real estate market. You can't do any shopping unless you have the credit card in your hand, which is your pre-approved loan. It also makes your house hunt that much more exciting and fruitful, because you know that you can pull the trigger once you see something you like, because you have that credit acceptance in your hand. All right. So if any of this is ringing true to you, give me a phone call right now. Stephen Theard, your radio realtor with Coldwell Banker, at 408-472-0817. Again, 408-472-0817. California DRE number 017000019. Give me a call today. Let's talk about your specific situation and get you moving forward. Now, what's number 3 on the list? Agents and listing sites. The question is, how should a first-time home buyer work with an agent? And what do agents do that property sites don't? Well, a real estate agent or realtor is your rock in what can be a really confusing and stressful experience. So realtors have been through lots and lots of deals. And even though you have friends that just purchased a house, every purchase is a unique experience to that particular person. And your experience will absolutely 100% be different from your friends for a myriad of different reasons. So a realtor is a person who has done many transactions and has experience with all sorts of different issues and how to get you through them and overcome them in order to get you to the end goal, which is closing escrow and obtaining the keys to the property. They're also going to, or I would, do this for you as well. Let you know when a property is better than what it seems, or let you know when a property isn't in the condition that it should be for you spending the kind of money that you're thinking about spending, or whether it is not in the most desirable location, meaning is it close to loud traffic noise? Is it on the flight path of a major airport where there's going to be lots of overhead airplane noise? That is the type of stuff that you have to keep in mind, and does it make sense, the price that's being asked for the property, even though you may have fallen in love with it. We keep you kind of within the ropes to guide you, to keep you from making mistakes. At least the ones that we've seen. Now, none of us are perfect, and no realtor has seen everything. However, it's like somebody guiding you to the top of the mountain. If they've been up there 50 times, they have more experience than you, and they're going to be able to keep you from falling better than you trying to traverse up to the top, to the peak all by yourself. And you've only done it maybe once or twice in your lifetime. It can be a dangerous process, and we're here to keep you safe. So if you're looking for someone to guide you to the top of Everest without falling through a crevasse, a real estate Sherpa to get you to the top of the mountain, give Stephen Theard, your radio realtor with Coldwell Banker, a call at 408-472-0817. Again, 408-472-0817. Let me guide you along the pathway, keep you safe, keep you from making major errors and mistakes, and get you into home ownership where you will be building wealth for you and your family through equity, locking in your payment for the next 30 years so you have peace of mind about your bills and not having to worry about getting evicted from a rental or having your rent increased. With that, we're coming up on a hard break, and we'll see you in a minute. Okay. All right. We're going to get back into this thing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Real Estate Connection. Thank you for joining me today. And you know what? It's time for that special announcement that I was telling you guys about. That's right. Okay, so the Real Estate Connection is moving in a new direction. We will be moving to a podcast format only beginning in February of 2021. No longer will the Real Estate Connection be on the radio. We're moving to a podcast format. So if you would like to keep up with the Real Estate Connection, send me an email right now at info@realestateconnectionradio.com. That's info@realestateconnectionradio.com, and I will sign you up for the podcast. Send me your name and your email address. You will be able to find the Real Estate Connection moving forward beginning in February of 2021 on Podbean and Apple Podcasts. Just search Apple Podcasts or Podbean for the Real Estate Connection with your radio realtor, Stephen Theard. And now I'll be your podcast realtor moving forward. That's right, your podcast realtor moving forward. So we're going to continue the show, but we're just going to move from the format of radio and move into the internet where the message can be sent worldwide without any boundaries or borders from broadcasting. I'd like to thank Salem Media Group for hosting me for the last 2 years, and I would like to thank you, all of my radio listeners out there who have supported the show. We just at this point feel like it is need for a change, and we're going to be moving off of the radio platform and again into a podcast. I will continue to broadcast this out to anyone who's wants to listen, and you can. The benefit of being on a podcast format is that you can listen at any time that you want. So that's nice as well. And we'll be looking to expand the platforms as well and hopefully get onto iHeartRadio podcasting into the future. So with that being said, we're moving forward with what to expect as a first-time home buyer, what you need to do in order to get through it. Number 4 is finding a lender. Now, the question was, getting a mortgage is a big deal for most buyers. How should they get started on securing a loan, and what about online lenders? Is there a disadvantage or concern when using this type of lender rather than local traditional banks? Now, my personal experience has been you want somebody on the ground. For me, now, I'm not knocking online lenders, and they have their place. Especially if you're an experienced home buyer and you've done multiple loans and you know how to work through the system. However, for first-time home buyers, for me, at least what I would want is I'd want to be able to pick up the phone and call someone or meet with them locally. And then I would also want someone who specializes in closing real estate transactions. As a realtor, when you're dealing with purchasing a home, there are timelines involved. And the realtor is not bound by, the lender is not bound by a contract and the timelines, but you are as the buyer. And so you want somebody who's going to be able to get the job done efficiently, on time, and follow through with their promises. So with that being said, if you need a recommendation for a good lender who can get the job done on time within the boundaries of the timelines in a contract, who have competitive interest rates and are personable, and you can pick up the phone and call at any time, give me a phone call, Stephen Theard, your radio realtor, at 408-472-0817. Again, 408-472-0817. I'd be happy to refer someone to you, someone who's very good at getting the job done, very personable, and whom I've worked with for many years, and I respect and trust as well. Now, what else would you need to go through in buying a home for the first time? One is the lending process, and whether or not you'll use a government loan or a private bank, and then finding the right house and how to make an offer and the offer making process. These are all subjects that I'd be happy to talk with you directly about, but we're not going to be able to cover on today's show. So with that being said, I'd like to leave you with this. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the older order of things has passed away. Old order of things. So we have a positive future to look forward to. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless the United States of America. And thank you for joining me on another episode of The Real Estate Connection with your radio realtor, Stephen Theard, which you can reach at 408-472-0817. With that, take care, and we'll see you next week. All right, that's it for the Real Estate Connection. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me on today's show. And with that, I am going to put up the graphic as we sign out. I want to thank you for joining me, and we will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.